Dr. Kathleen Rosenblatt here. And now I want to talk about depression and anxiety. Like, what right do I have to call my website Brain Body Bliss? Is it possible to enjoy bliss? Well, I've done my homework. I spent a long time writing the book about a French writer named Daumal, and he studied many, many traditions, and it was very spiritual, metaphysic, psychic writer in the 20s and 30s in Paris. And my book was published in Paris initially, and then by SUNY Press, University of New York. And so I incorporated all this information that I learned from him to understand how to really be in the body, to sink back into the body, because we're so much in our head. We're so chatty, and we're so into our emotions so much. And everything in our culture pushes us into drama. Western culture, we love drama. And unfortunately, it isn't good. It isn't conducive for well-being. We're just always looking for problems. But I've discovered through this 40 years of doing acupuncture and studying this tradition that there's ways of letting go of this top heaviness of our head and to really sink into the body. And when we do that, we start to turn on the endorphins, which are these natural opiates that we have in our body. And the ancient Hindus understood this. They understood that when you connect with your breath and you really breathe into your body and you sink out of your head and just really get into the body, that is bliss. One of the ancient Vedas said, who would inhale, who would exhale if this ether were not joy? Joy is the excitant of the goddess. Joy is the excitant of the universe. So when we follow our breath and breathe with intention to just really feel the breath and send it to every part of our body, we feel good. It's like almost an instantaneous flooding of endorphins and dopamine and all these good feelings, and turn down the adrenaline of the stress, wasting our adrenaline on stress. So I developed, after many years of working with patients and seeing what worked and what didn't work, I developed a double CD here that is called Cellular Meditation. It's about meditating with the whole body, not just with the head and not just focusing the brain and the mind, but really feeling the brain in every cell of the body. And then I made a special version for veterans with PTSD, where they can feel the energy they have tremendous, tremendous stress in memories, terrible memories. And so these CDs help. They're both really the same, except I added material on to address the military experience. And so these CDs help us to really feel good all over and pull out this tension that we have right in here between our head and our emotional center that's like all clogged up, and to use that old stuff, all those old resentments and disappointments. That's like composted energy, negative energy that weighs us down. But when we can address it, and that's what I share when I treat patients, how to harvest that, how to tap that negative energy and transform it into useful energy, usable energy. It's an amazing effect. And I've treated so many people, even people that were on the edge of suicide. And it's an incredible feeling to be able to help someone, to reach out and help someone like that. So it's just a little taste of what I wanted to share, but I tell you that this is very doable. And almost every patient I treat, especially the first time, they kind of float out on a cloud because we've turned on those endorphins. And acupuncture does that on its own, but with my verbal inciting of that phenomenon, it works really well. So that's why I enjoy specializing in anxiety and depression while I'm working on the headaches and the backaches and the asthma and all the other issues. So tune into my website, brainbodybliss.com, and contact me at Dr. Kathleen R. at brainbodybliss.com. Thank you. Okay.
It was great, but we had 2 airplanes go through. That's fine.
Okay.
Still keep it. But
Let's
do the same thing again.
Okay.
But in this one, every once in a while, ask them what they would like to see on your videos.
Okay.
We'll be doing a series of videos
Okay.
So, just at some point say, what would you, we're going to be doing a series of videos to keep you guys informed of what I'm doing and the evolution of the office.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you like to see? What would you like me to discuss? What segments or topics would you like me to cover in these videos?
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any questions, send an email to me, or you can say, leave a comment on my Facebook, wherever you want them to leave the comment, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's an email or whether it's on your Facebook or whether it's a comment on the YouTube in the description
Mm-hmm.
down below, like down below, and just say down below in the comment area, let me know what you would like to see,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to hear, what topics you would like to
Right.
discuss.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
And we could do another one too on headaches. I could just do that right now after I finish
well,
this
this
one.
one is you're just fresh, so
Yeah.
let's do the headaches after.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. And then I could still do that tonight.
And maybe you might want to ask on each and every one of these from now on.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, if you have any questions or any issues.
But I'd like them to call me and let me, get their.
You can do that at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
But you want them to push these videos around and engage, and you want the videos to work for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you can get them leaving comments on the videos, then that's going to help push them to, calling you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
We're still rolling, so
Okay. Oh.
when you see yourself,
Okay.
stand by. Can you rip the plastic off of those? I think you can still sell them.
I'm trying to think if I have some. I don't think I have any that are.
Because the plastic makes the glare on them.
Yeah,
Very violent.
I think I need a tool to do that. Oh, no, here, I got it. I'll just take it off this one. I think this is my last one of that style, so I'll try to mostly focus.
Okay. When you see yourself,
What are they? Okay.
and you're starting off looking here, so when it goes to.
Hello.
Sorry, let's do it again.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Kathleen Rosenblatt here. Today talking about anxiety and depression, which is what I specialize in while I'm treating the headaches and the backaches and the asthma and all the other issues. Now, how did I develop this over 45 years? Because acupuncture already by itself stimulates the endorphins, which are the natural opiates that exist in our body that we should have much more of. We don't get enough. But one of the other things I did in my life was I was a French major, and my doctoral thesis from the University of Connecticut was on this writer, René Daumal, the life and work of a mystic guide, a writer in Paris in the 20s and 30s. And he was very psychic and spiritual and metaphysical, and he really studied the ancient writings of the Hindus in particular, but many traditions. But he learned Sanskrit to really translate the initial original writings. And I got so much information about how we really need to breathe, to really connect the brain and the body and the emotions, and to follow the breath. And this is an amazing technique to be able to feel the flooding of endorphins and dopamine throughout the body. And I ended up making a CD, which is what I call cellular meditation. In other words, not to just try to focus the mind, which is very difficult, but to breathe and to meditate with the entire body so that you're feeling the little brain in every cell of your body. You're feeling the consciousness in every cell. And so I made one for everybody, which is the cellular meditation. And then I made another version of it for veterans with PTSD, because they have tremendous stress and terrible memories from the events that they've gone through. And I got funding from Graham Nash of Crosby, Stills and Nash to help the veterans. And in these CDs, it helps you to really be able to incorporate the whole body into the function of feeling better. so that we really feel better in our skin. Because it is the whole body that's involved. It's not just some part of the brain, or it's not just the heart, but this connection, this axis between the brain and the emotional center. And the Chinese understood this. There are points in the ear that really, really help the emotional state. And I've brought people back from the edges of suicide, and it's just heartrending to see how much pain they are in, and then to be able to pull them out of that is just so fantastic. So I invite you to contact me if you have any issues like that, because knowing that you can work on the entire body and help the mind and the emotions is an amazing feat, but they really are connected. And also I invite you to contact me at my website, or Dr. Kathleen R. at brainbodybliss.com, and let me know if there's any particular topics that you'd like me to explore, because I'm doing a series of videos and I'm happy to focus on any part of the body or any organ or any system, the endocrine system, menopause. There's so many issues, childhood, allergies, smoking, etc., etc. So many things to talk about. So let me know what you are interested in. And meanwhile, contact me if you want to talk personally about your problems. Dr. Kathleen R. at brainbodybliss.com. Thank you.